Thanks. And now we're on top of breaking news, where the Connecticut State Colleges and University System has a new interim chancellor at this hour. Channel 3's Stephanie Simone is on the First Alert desk with more. Stephanie.
Kara, all of this coming down within the last hour. The Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education announced the appointment of Dr. John Maduco as interim chancellor. He will assume the role July 1st, and the Board of Regents will start looking for a permanent chancellor sometime this fall. Dr. Maduco has been serving as the first president of Connecticut State Community College, the largest community college in New England. Now, this all comes after the Board of Regents decided not to extend the current chancellor's contract beyond June 30th of this year. An independent audit found that Dr. Terrence Chang spent thousands of taxpayer dollars on meals and other questionable expenses. We will keep you updated with any new information as we learn about the search for a permanent chancellor as soon as it comes into the newsroom. On the First Alert desk, I'm Stephanie Simone, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Stephanie, thanks.